He will begin studies at Yale University, where he hopes to major in sociology. So please join me in welcoming our speaker for the class of 2015, Clark Burnett.
Father Bowler, Mr. D'Angelo, Miss Thayer, members of the administration, faculty and staff, friends, family, and the graduating class of 2015. It is my pleasure to share a few thoughts of mine during this milestone for all of us. I'll begin with a story. Somewhere amongst the tangled Jersey City streets, a strapping young boy from the suburbs walks towards a brick building. It's early in the morning. He carries an extra bag for practice after school and smiles at the other young men around him. He's wearing the usual Apple earbuds that are even more tangled than the grid of streets he walks. The sun rises by the distant New York City skyline, and at once, this boy has entered into a music video of his own. Maybe it's Kanye West. Maybe it's Taylor Swift. Maybe it's Yo-Yo Ma. Anything. The music flows from his iPhone, and as he strides toward that building on that morning with his classmates, it's as if he's the frontman of a Jesuit vineyard vines-clad dance troupe, sauntering in slow motion to the building doors a few yards away. But then the boy reaches those doors, alone. He's moved faster than the surrounding young men, a solo performance, as his dance troupe falls behind him. He swipes his ID card and walks inside. But wait, what's this? He holds the door. He's still holding the door. The music stops. Kanye stops claiming to be God. Taylor stops insisting that the hater's gonna hate. And Yo-Yo Ma sets his cello down. The boy is waiting, thinking. What should he do? It's been a while since freshman physics, and he's having difficulty calculating the next move to solve the ultimate St. Peter's Prep conundrum. Should he wait for some painfully awkward, interminable moment holding the door? This would prompt the other young men, or even a teacher, heavens no, to run up to the door in an undeniably awkward moment. Or should he choose the alternative? Walk directly inside without holding the door, and in doing so, renounce the very ideals he ought to uphold as a prep man for others. The guilt. Shameful. No. And now he's waited too long. It would be painful to leave so abruptly at this point. So he waits. The other boys walk through. The moment ends. The door closes, and above all, our strapping young man is relieved. The matter of holding doors, ladies and gentlemen, is not one of those distinctly prep moments, though it is admittedly a hot topic around our halls. It's also not one of the nooks and crannies that the soul of the school resides in. It's not even very significant. But it's something I'll hold on to, as I think many of us will, if only for a wistful chuckle. Because what are we without the little moments? What are we without the times your buddy gives you 2 pieces of loose leaf instead of 1? When you realize that your first period free lines up with a late start schedule. When your favorite math teacher brings in cake to explain solids of revolution using calculus. When you're late to the train, but the train is 2 minutes later, #blessed. Life is more finely defined by spoons of coffee than it is by state championship victories. The daily cycle, the routine. And so, our ethics teachers would remind us of a philosophical principle called the maximum, maximizing the minimum. I'll save you the lesson, though. And you intellectuals present will probably recognize that I'm using it somewhat incorrectly. Sorry, Doc Stabilia. But bear with me for the sake of the point. If life is an institution comprised of little moments mostly, then St. Peter's Prep has done an excellent job of making sure even the most quotidian aspects of our lives have been enriched. We've become independent. We've traveled the world together. We've won, lost, cried, and laughed together. Prep has maximized the minimum because it provided both a home and a haven for us, a challenge and a cheer or two. But it's also made the high points even higher. For this, I think we are all grateful. The uniformity in this room here today is deceptive. We sit here proudly, clean and polished, donning the white tuxedos we've seen worn by photographed alumni from years past. We are here, stoic and organized, like a troop of soldiers trained under the Jesuit virtues of the graduate at graduation. But don't be fooled by the sameness of our attire. We are even more different from each other now than we were 4 years ago. Now we are state champions, both on teams and individually. We are pioneers in robotics and engineering. We are internationally recognized vocalists. We are activists. We are servants of the world. We are young men brave enough to face each other's insecurities on retreats and accept them wholly. We are Ignatian. We are even Twitter famous for successfully asking an NFL cheerleader to prom. And yet, for as many things that we have become, it is incredibly important to maintain what will hold us together in the decades that follow. This holds true because we will continue to change. It's a fact as beautiful as it is inevitable. But Prep is and always will be a part of who we are. Our paths crossed here for 4 short years, but that marked only the first few bricks in the road. So let us continue building. But before we proceed, I feel I would be remiss to not at least mention a few things about this year specifically. It's discomforting and it's overwhelming. This year, the real world shattered any illusion of an oasis we have here at school. Stories of racial tension and gender identity in the news confronted us on a level that struck a little too close to home. It would have been easier to look away. You wanted to look away. But you go to Prep, so you lift your averted eyes and you stare back. You stare back and you speak up. Because that's what we're called to do here and everywhere else we go as a result of bearing the Prep name. Never forget this. We are called to be uncomfortable. Our work is not finished. And so finally, the St. Peter's Prep Network lives in the men that carry it forward. It expands explosively, vibrantly. There's something about knowing that someone has come to this place, felt what you felt, and seen what you've seen that moves you in some way. It's difficult to articulate, but you know it when you feel it. It's more than just an awkward moment at a door. It's something like home. This is visible in the many strangers we Prep men meet, the strangers who become allies in the minute they introduce themselves as Prep alumni. We see the light in their eyes and the pride in their grip as they say something like, St. Peter's Prep, class of '55. So now we're here, 60 years later, ready to become weathered and wizened by time, so that one day we can proudly introduce ourselves, St. Peter's Prep, class of 2015. The brotherhood lives on.